welcome to another episode of KJ Sports Talk, where we talk sports all day, every day. And today's subject will be about the future reported plans for Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre come Summerslam next month. But before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave your comments down below. I will reply to them. But let's get into the video. So, as you all know, well, for those who watch wrestling, as you all know, our WWE champion is Drew McIntyre, and he's been on pretty much a roll ever since he won the Royal Rumble back in January. He's beat Brock Lesnar for the title. He's defended it against the Big Show, Bobby Lashley. He's about to defend it against Dolph Ziggler. More than likely, is going to beat Dolph Ziggler. So he's defending his title successfully on multiple occasions. Then, Randy Orton, he's been in his feud with Edge, who we haven't seen before their match at WrestleMania, or before he returned to the Royal Rumble, who we haven't seen for, I think, the past 9 to 10 years since he had to retire. And Randy has been on a ongoing feud with Edge. Their last man standing match at WrestleMania. Then they had the greatest wrestling match of all time at Backlash. So he's been in that feud with Edge, but unfortunately, Edge got injured. So that's why Edge has been out of action, not on TV as much as he was before. So recently, Randy Orton has been in this little feud with the Big Show, which he's set to take on an unsanctioned match next week on Raw. But the reports say future plans at SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre will go one-on-one with Randy Orton, in which Drew McIntyre is possibly going to drop the title to Randy Orton, and then Randy will continue his feud with Edge, and that feud will be for the WWE title. But reports also say that eventually Drew McIntyre will win the WWE title again, but this time they hope to do it when there's an audience in the arena. Because when you think about it, after everything Drew McIntyre has been through with the company, started off as when Vince McMahon himself had introduced Drew McIntyre to us, said guaranteed this man would be a future WWE champion, which he was right. But at that time, it seemed like Drew's career was going absolutely no damn where. Sure, he was like Intercontinental champion. I think he was tag team champion. But then they put him in this weak faction called the 3MB. If you don't know what that means, 3-man band. We all know it was Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal. And the one thing I noticed about WWE and how they work, when they have a group, it doesn't even have to be a group. It just be 2 guys. If they have 2 or more guys, or women for that matter, who they don't know what to do with them, they don't know how to include them in the product, they just don't know what to do with that talent, they form a tag team. If nobody ever noticed that, just look at who they done it to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Look at Sheamus and Cesaro. They did not know what to do with them two as far as individually, so they put them in a tag team. If you look now, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander didn't know what to do with them two individually, so they put them as a tag team. First of all, Ricochet, y'all can find something to do with him. You better find something to do with him, because that man is talented. But they gotta stop doing this. We don't know what to do with these two guys or these group of guys, so we're gonna put them in a faction or just have them form a tag team. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But unfortunately, Drew McIntyre was victim to that when they put him in 3MB. So after the looking, and then eventually he got fired. He did his thing on the independent scene, came back in NXT, won the NXT championship, got called up to the main roster. It still took them a while to put the title around him, which he was very well deserving of. They again put him in a tag team or a faction that didn't make any type of sense. At first, y'all put him with Dolph Ziggler, which, like, how the hell did they even come together? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did like the pair, but it just makes you think, like, how the hell did they just come together like that? And then when they was feuding with the Shield, then y'all put Dolph, Drew, and Braun together. It's like y'all are just putting stuff, y'all just putting things together that's not making sense. There's no build up to it or anything. It just doesn't make any sense. So honestly, after everything Drew has been through, I would like to see him have his moment. He had it at the Royal Rumble when he won, and there was a crowd in attendance. And he did win at WrestleMania, but of course there was no crowd in attendance. So I would love to see Drew have that moment that he truly deserves, where he wins the title when there's a crowd in attendance. Because that pop is going to be fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then when it comes to Randy Orton, eventually possibly beating Drew for the title, then feuding with Edge for the title. I know some of y'all are probably a little tired of seeing Edge versus Randy. Of course, you would want to see Edge being a lot more other feuds than Randy Orton. Like, how many people would love to see Edge versus AJ Styles, Edge versus Seth Rollins, or anything. But I cannot sit here and lie and say it would not be a joy to see, after 10 years, it would not be a joy to see the rated R superstar Edge with that WWE title around his waist again. Edge is one of the greatest champions of all time. It is going to bring a little joy to see him with that title around his waist again. I can't lie. So a part of me wants them to continue the feud between him and Randy, just so I can see that. But reports say again, eventually Drew will end up winning the title back. They just want it to be with a crowd in attendance, which I feel is fair. So when you look at it, it's pretty much like a win-win situation. Because as of right now, in my opinion, Randy Orton is the best heel in the business right now. Like, he's going back to that vicious, like that 2009 Randy, where he just fucking people up. He going back to that 2009 Randy Orton. And that's why I like to see with Randy. He's the best heel in the company as at this moment right now. So y'all look out for that. Like I said, in the future, reports say Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Drew is due to drop the title, so Randy can feud with Edge for the title, and Drew would end up eventually winning it back, but this time in front of the crowd. That's what reports say. So we'll just have to keep watching to see how that pan out. But don't forget, you heard it here first. So that's the video, man. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think WWE should do with it. How they should book it. Because we all know their booking is not always the best sometimes. So just tell me how y'all think how they should book it. Just leave it in the comment section. And we'll get to y'all on the next video.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.